Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Siberia, Russia. So we're in the woods today, as you can see. Today's video, surprise surprise, is going to be about how to improvise making an axe handle. This is how the Siberian Evenki tribe have done it for thousands of years most likely. So I'm pretty sure it works. The first part of the video here is for Danny from Wild Siberia, so I will tag him in the description here, because this is the route that we took up to our campsite when he was here visiting, and this is where we've been walking. Maybe it's not that interesting to some of you guys, but I'm pretty sure it's interesting to Danny. Remember, Danny, we had like snow all the way up to here, in there, and down there like 50 meters. We broke a trail over all the way up there, and our campsite is up there like, I don't know, 700 meters or something like this. As said, two ways to improvise an axe handle, like the Siberian natives have done it for, I'm pretty sure, as long as they've had metal axes, or maybe not thousands of years, but for a long time, centuries most likely then. But I got this method from an old-timer, a real old-timer who knows the Evenki ways. He's called Nikolai Aboimov, and Dядя Коля. And yeah, he knows almost everything about the Siberian ways, the Evenki ways. So yeah, let's break the trail again. This is where we went in, as you can see. This is where Danny, he made his marine roll on the snow. That was super awesome. So here's our old trail, and as we can see, the moose have chosen to use our old trail. So here we are at an old campsite. Some of you guys might remember this is an old site. Remains of a Siberian log fire, which Danny he noticed. Old woodsman's bed. Old Siberian log fire, not that big, but it's still there. The remains of our log fire. Isn't it awesome? But we have to find some materials. We have to find something called Chornatal. It's like a willow, the willow tree, and we have to find some birch for these two methods. Wait, there's a butterfly actually. Kapusnitsa. Here we have one. Let's see, we have these little guys here. Let's see if I can find the proper size. It's most likely a little bit too small. It's of course very important to find the right materials. We have another little bit older over there. So I think I found what we need, and of course I have an axe handle, or not, an axe head with me, and this is an old one I'm restoring, and yeah, we can of course use our broken axe just to chop off the branches and the saplings or whatever we need, right? But we can also use our saw. I have two saws. I have my Swiss Army knife, of course, which has a saw, and I have my Silky saw. Saws are really useful. But I think I found just what we needed. Now we have to find the birch. That's gonna be much easier. Alright guys, so here we are. We'll start with the birch, because that's the most logic method. And I would say these two methods here, I have never ever tried them before. I've just seen how Dядя Коля he does it. And as I said, he knows everything about the Evenki. He's been a long hunter during the Soviet Union, and he spent, I think, like something like 50 years with these guys. So he knows a little bit about what they're doing. Here we have the axe. Here we have a piece of birch. Birch is actually a hardwood. It's very fibrous. It's a very strong fibers. It is not the hardest of hardwoods, but we only use birch almost here exclusively for axe handles. Sometimes you can use maple as well. But anyway, you can see it's been standing like this. This has been close to the ground. This looks pretty much like how Jääkäri he made his. And here we have the exit. The branch here, the birch, the sapling here should not be too much thicker than the width of the eye here, right? That's because you can see I've been working a little bit. I've never done this before actually, I would like to say. But anyway, we want to take material off the sides and leave the front intact. So that's what we're gonna do. And Jääkäri, he did it like this. And I already drawn blood on this axe twice while sharpening it and working on it here. Good exit. But these chisel grind axes, they are super awesome for this, of course, because they bite really well into the wood from one side. From the other side, not so much. That's why it's traditional Western axes. If we turn it around with the curved side here, right, it has a tendency to slide off. You have to angle it a little bit too much, in my opinion. I think this system here, the way they make them anyway, is super awesome. I think this, for the first time here, it's taking me less than half an hour for sure. Oh. That looks a little bit better. And I'm of course not taking material off here, so the head will not slide off. So the head should stay. Not bad at all actually. Let's move on to the other one. We have a little bit of blood here, so it's already mine. Alright, let's go. Let's take the other one. The second method is by far the funkiest, and I was very surprised that they actually use this Chanadal. It's like a willow, right? And I don't consider willow to be that strong, but this is our next project. That's what they use. This guy here. It's very, 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 very interesting. It's a very interesting system, and it should be much, much faster. But basically what we are gonna do, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna narrow down this part here so we can slide the head out here. And then I'll show you something which is really, really awesome. And as I said, the moose showed us which one to take, because the moose have been and they're chewing off some bark here. Let's get on with it. I'm a little bit surprised about how strong this one here actually is. It's very strong. But this is how you would make it on the Taiga, in the wilderness, or whatever you call it. Because it is of course not possible to make a real good axe handle or haft in the wilderness. But it definitely works. The collar, he was using the thickest one at the front, so I think we're gonna stick to do it like Jaja Collar does. So basically, it's just more of the same. If you wanna try this, then be careful, because as they say, a short axe is more dangerous than a long axe, and this is a very, very short axe, because of course have a tendency to go in this direction here, and a long axe not so much. Boy, more butterflies, it's awesome. So I think we're actually right about there with this one here. And one important thing I noticed, it's a pretty surprising way that we are mounting this head here actually. But what I noticed was that Jaja, he was cleaning out here in the fork with his knife, and that is a pretty logic why he did that. Knock it a few times, and this is where it sits, right? And this guy here, it fills out the back of the axe head here, of the eye, pretty well. That's how I chose it. This should be about the width of this one here. We should not take off too much material, of course. So we attach some cordage here, as you can see. And then we kind of, you can see they're flexing. So we are gonna bring these two together and fix them in place temporarily. So now they're sitting like that. So let's see if we can get it further out. We can. See how nicely it fills out the eye here. I hope you can see it. I cannot see anything because of the sunlight. But okay, I think we have it in position where we want it. So it's time to untie the cordage like that. It sits very, very well. It sits very firmly, let's say it like that. So let's go for it. I screwed it up a little bit at some point here. You can see it's cracked here. I'm not used at all to work with this material, with this wood here. So the axe dug a little bit too far in and started to split the wood. So nonetheless, this was a little bit faster than this one here. But let's anyway see how it let's see how it goes. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm impressed. I am really impressed about these two ways here, or these two methods of making or improvising an axe handle in the woods with only an axe head and stuff like that. Especially this I'm impressed about because it was fast, it's cracked, and it actually seems to be pretty strong, and it's from a wood I would never ever have thought about using for this method here, or this purpose. That is crazy. It's also a little bit cracked here, a lot actually. But I think I will torture test these two here for a member special video. If you would like to become a channel member, there should be a join button somewhere down there where you could join the Survival Russia channel. So guys, there's not much more to say than please check the links in the description. Please consider supporting the channel and all that good stuff. And until next time, get out and train, get it done, do something awesome. See you in the next one, guys.